Okay, I'm working on one of these, I guess light sticks you call them. Bought a kit. Comes with multicolor LEDs on a strip. These are the ones that are coated in the vinyl, almost silicone-like stuff. Pretty nice. Comes with a remote. And you can program, with the DIY, you can set your favorites, add them and delete them. You can have the thing go through all 300, that's right, 300 set patterns. And then you can have solid RGB and white. White isn't quite white because it's a synthesized color. Using the RGB to get you the white. Looks more blue than anything, but anyway, works pretty well. Started out with these CB antennas. There's a 4-foot CB antenna with a 3/8 24 thread on the mount, on the bottom. And there you have it. 4 foot long. Looks pretty cool. And what I had to do is I had to run 3 individual strands. I don't know if you could tell or not just by looking up here. The LED spacing between that one and the next one, if I were to make just one loop around the antenna mast, they'd be right on top of each other. In other words, I wasn't getting a spiral effect. It would have been, every turn would have been one LED. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So in other words, all the LEDs would have been lined up all on one side, and I wouldn't be able to see anything if we were on the other sides. It would have been black. So what I did was I took 3 strips and helically wound them side by side all the way up to the tip. So I have 1, 2, and 3 LED strips going all the way up. Then at the bottom, because these things get a signal from the controller, I have the controller mounted on a piece of aluminum because it gets pretty warm. And I use heatsink compounder to keep the heat from building up unnecessarily when I can control the heat. Anyway, output is red positive, the white is negative, and the green is your digital signal. The signal is being sent to the chips that are on the board here. Let's see, you can't see them because they're dark, they're black. But each chip, and then the arrows indicate which way the signal is traveling. So all 3 of these strips are getting the same digital signal at the same time and traveling up from there. And wherever they terminate, it terminates. You actually don't have to terminate it. It just ends there. So I'll turn this thing on with the remote. And away she goes. Right now it's going through a demo. I think it goes through each one of the 300 patterns that are available, or you can use the DIY mode. Every press of the DIY mode changes it. I have some red and green ones set up for Christmas time, I guess. Pretty easy to do. This one is all green and it's got a red tracer that goes all the way up to the theoretical end, which is 5 meters length. But since I chopped it up into 3s, it thinks that the 15 meter length, the 5 meter length is there, but it doesn't exist. So it takes long for the solid red to start to form all the way to the bottom. The faster it gets, the closer it is to the end of the pattern. So, and then it turns all red and goes back to green and starts over. And the next DIY pattern is all multicolored. And you can control the speed too. I'll slow it way down, or I'll get it going really fast. Oh, and the nice thing about this remote, it's not infrared, it's RF. In other words, it's wireless RF. You don't even have to be in line of sight. I could be on the other side of the room and it'll still work, which is cool. I'll slow that sucker down and I can turn it off. Beep. Just like that. I like it. Now I gotta get busy and build the other one.